Well, I'm back working on the boat. So what I got to do today is whoever put this trolling motor on doesn't have a backer plate underneath of it. So whenever you flip the motor down, the whole thing wants to shake, and I'm afraid it's going to break the top of my deck. So I went ahead and pulled the pin out, and we're going to take this off. Just kind of slides off. We're going to pull this up and then mark it on this. All right, and then that's going to go up underneath the deck, so it gives it some more stability. And I'm hoping that'll help, straighten everything out so it doesn't shake as bad as it does. I was a little concerned. I dropped the motor down. I've seen that whole deck wobble, and I was like, wow. So we're going to try to get that done today. All right, I got the plate off there. Looks like I have two holes, one here and one here. I got a fill that was hidden. They must have had a light or something up here. But there's our little piece there. Like I said, we're going to take this. It'll go like that, and I'll drill holes through that. And hopefully that'll make this not so wobbly. So that's next, and once I get that done, then I can finally drop this anchor and get all this rope, which I got piled up in my other boat over here, reeled back in. Now this has a smooth side and a rough side. I'm going to put the rough side up against the floor. Maybe it'll help keep it from moving around, even though I don't think it's going to. The tricky part is getting, since I'm by myself, it's getting this all put together and lined up. So that's going to be a little tricky. But moving on, that's how it's going to end up sandwiching the boat together. And hopefully that'll keep the thing from bouncing around so much. So I got all this pretty much cleaned up here. So I'm going to fill this with some silicone here and here, and then smooth it out, and then come back with a little piece of gel coat and go over the top of it. I got a gel coat repair kit. And hopefully that'll seal that in. But yeah, putting this on next. So I got a little bit of silicone down there. It's not caulking, it is actually silicone. And I silicone the holes in. Just so the bolts have something to seal, and put a little layer around the outside so it seals down so no water gets in there. I mean, water's going to get down in that chamber regardless, just because of my chain fault there. But still, I mean, I could build a box to go over the chain fault, but it's not that big a deal. And then I got these filled in, and I'll come back and get this excess off later, and then put a little gel coat patch on that. Next is to get the block in place. All right, well, I got the backer on, it's in place. I've got my rope all pulled back. I've got a latch or anchor on, not an anchor, but just a little, can't really see it over there, but I got my rope tied off to that thing, which will go down in the bottom to keep it from pulling all the way out. So I'm getting ready to tidy up the inside, put the trolling motor back into place, see how she acts, and then wind my rope back up. And I finally think I got the front bow here somewhat straightened out. I may have to come back and put some new LED lights on this. I'm not sure yet. And there's the green. And there's the red. The red definitely looks brighter for some reason. So I'm not sure what's going on with it. So anyhow, let's get her wound up. All right, got all my rope in there. It's all coiled up, nice and neat. New batteries, new battery charger. All my wires are nice and neat. I just got to put my trolling motor back into place, my anchor's in place. So I think I'm about done with the bow. So yeah, finally something getting done with this boat. Anyway, let me put this back on now. All right, needs washed off. It's all back together, and that is a lot more stabler than what it was. I really thought that was going to take that boat apart the first time I dropped that. But yep, everything's back in. No more ropes hanging out. All my wires are put up like they're supposed to be. And I can move on back a little bit and start doing the chairs and the seats. And like I said, I still got this stuff that's sitting in my back room to put together. And this trailer, I don't know, boy, it's a rough one. But we'll get it. All right, well, today it's a different day. We got all that stuff fixed yesterday. Today we're gonna fix all this here. I'm gonna have to brace the boat up, kind of hold it in place, because I got to take all this apart. I got a new one of these and a new post, because it's all kind of rotted out, and I got a spare tire holder I need to get on here. So that's the next thing we're gonna do. So I guess I will get something to brace this up with. All right, well, I got a 4x4 in there and a couple of wedges. Hopefully when I drop this down, it'll flip that 4x4 just a little bit and hold it in place. That's what I'm hoping for. So I've got it unhooked, so all I gotta do now is unbolt it. Like I said, I'm hoping that 4x4 will just rotate just a hair. So here we go. All right, I've got this bracket disconnected now. Let's come up to the side. All right. Yeah, that thing's pretty rotted. Now I gotta get those bolts off. I'm gonna take that over to the table. Let that soak for a little bit while I get that main beam off. See if I can get this chain off of it too. And I'll clean up that nose a little bit. I think somewhere in my shed I have a V type instead of this roller type. So I may change that. If not, I may go get one. You know, somebody's got a loud car in the background, but sorry about that. All right, well, for some silly reason, these have two different size nuts on them. So I got the first set loose. Let's see when the second set come loose. They're on there pretty good too. Oh, I think I'm gonna break it. Oh yeah. Now I think I'm gonna get some more stuff and let it soak a little longer, because those feel like they're gonna break off. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Ah, broke it off. Dang it. Alright, well, I thought that was going to happen, so. And it did. Alright. Well, I'm going to have to go get another U-boat. Well, I got the post off. It's a little rusty underneath of it. Still seems like it's solid, though. So I'm going to get my grinder. I'm going to grind that, clean that up a little bit, and I'll respray that with some cold galvanized paint before I put the next post on it. kind of protect that a little bit. As far as that post goes, I know it's rusted on part of it. I wonder if this upper part, from like here up, is still good. I may be able to reuse that and try to weld that frame back together down there. I don't know. Depends on how rusty it is inside of it. Anyway, let me get my grinder. Alright, well, I wiped it down with some acetone. And I got most of the rust, well, a lot of the rust grinded out of there. There's a little surface rust there. But I think it'll be alright. This is cold galvanized paint. I'm just going to hit this, keep it from rusting. I've had these nuts right here soaking for a little bit in some WD-40. That one there is pretty gnarly. I'm going to have to get a little pipe wrench and put on that one because there is nothing to grip a hold of. Let's see if I can get that off there. See if we can get this crank off so I can get the new one on. Well, that's my new post. And it is quite a bit taller than my old one. So, I don't know if I should cut it down or leave it. Just kind of wondering. Maybe I shouldn't put a bumper on that, just kind of... I'm really not sure. Why don't you all let me know what you think? If I should cut this down, or if I should leave it. I'm not really sure, because the other one is shorter. Alright, I put a little shine on the front of the nose of this boat, just because I want to put that new post in. It might be kind of hard for me to polish it later on. So, and that's what the trailer looks like with the new galvanized paint on it. Got little water drops on it, but... And I got that all painted up and ready to go. But tomorrow, I guess we'll start putting this all back together. Maybe. This post here, like I said, is much bigger. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But I think for tonight, I think I'm going to call it quits. I got this nose part shined up here too a little bit. Alright, well, we got a box of goodies out here. Let's see what we've got in the box of goodies. There's my new winch. Handle. The new roller. And then I've got my spare tire holder in that box, so we'll save that. Alright. So, this is my new roller. Hopefully it'll fit. Well, this baby's a little tight, isn't it? It's close. Maybe this is just a hair bent. Oh, wow. Don't think I'm going to bend that. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Huh. Looks like this bolt's just a bit bigger than the old one. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to go have to drill that out. Maybe give that a little farmer's bend in it to get that to not be so tight. Alright, well, let's see what we can do with that. Alright, well, there it is all put together. There's my new pulley, new roller. Well, I've got it all together. Got it all ready to go. I left this long because I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna wait for the comments and tell me what you guys think about if I need to cut this down or not. Also, these bolts. I'm thinking about cutting those down, but I'm really not sure if it's gonna matter or not. So, if you leave me a comment on that too, I'd appreciate it. I really don't want anybody somehow getting snagged on that, because that would definitely hurt. But we're ready to crank her up and pick the boat back up and see if she holds. So hopefully everything will be fine. Maybe. Oh, maybe we got it too far away. Evidently so. Well, maybe I'll try that again in a minute. Alright, well, after some friendly persuading, I finally got it in place. So yep, it's all back together. It's nice and tight. I'll still have to put my safety chain on down there. And then I got to put my spare tire rack on. But it's definitely looking better. The front end's looking a little better than what it did. So, yay, we're getting there. Alright, I got the safety chain on, so now I'm going to try to mount the spare tire bracket. I'm trying to decide if I want to mount it here or here. Let's see. Kind of like that. Pretty much out of the way. Let's mount it up there and see what it looks like. Well, I got the bracket on. I turned the bolts and nuts around so it wouldn't get in the way of my jack when it flips up. I haven't got these quite straightened out yet, but we're going to put the tire up, see how it lines up, and see what it looks like. Hopefully it won't stick out too far. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. I like it. All right, let me finish bolting this up and we'll be good to go. All right, the spare tire's mounted on. I like how it is. It looks good. It's up out of the way. I've got the front all put back together. Paint looks a little iffy, but that's all right. It's just a protective coat. I'll do the same to the anchor once I get up there to start welding that. I'll have to bend that back and weld all that. And I'll spray that down. But so far, so good. Looking much better. Doesn't look so like it's in bad shape. It's in actually really, the boat's in excellent shape. It just takes it's just going to take a little taking care of. A little TLC, it'll be back to normal. And you can definitely tell where I've gave it a little wax, a little shininess on it. I do have one more project I have to do today. It's back here in the batteries. So, I don't know if you can see my negative cable right there, but they're tied together. Both batteries are tied together, and the positives are separated on that switch over there. And the problem is when I go to charge it, for some reason my charger does not like those negatives being tied together. So I'm going to put a little shut-off switch on that negative line. That way I can shut them both off and charge the batteries independent, and it should be all right. Yeah, here's my little shut-off I'm going to put in there. Kind of like what I did up on the trolling motor up front. But anyway, I'm going to get that put in real quick and then go ahead and get this on a charge. The temperature is supposed to drop in the next 2 days. I mean, it's 82 out right now and I'm sweating a little bit, and tomorrow night is supposed to drop, or Tuesday, yeah, tomorrow night I think it's supposed to drop down around 28. So that's going to be a quick shock, so I don't know how these batteries are going to like it. So I'm going to put a little charge on them. So anyway, let's get that knocked out. Well, I guess I'm going to have to wait on this. This wire here seems to be corroded and burnt. And that's the negative wire that's going between the two batteries, which is kind of odd. So I have to go get a new one of these, and you know, it's 6:30 on a Sunday, so I'm not going to find one now. Anyway, maybe tomorrow. Don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I'm getting a nice bright shine on this with the first coat of wax on it, or starting to get it on it. You can definitely tell a difference from up there to back here, how this is dull and not shiny. But if you look up there, you can definitely see the gleam coming off of it. It's taking a little effort to get that oxidization off, but it's getting there. Other thing is, there's my switch. I've got some plastic seal on it. I can't really see it because of my shadow. And I'm letting that dry, and then I'll put that switch in. So, yeah, I really like the fact that it's starting to shine up. It's a long ways from when I brought it home. Alright, so there's my shut-off switch. Now I can isolate both batteries, both positive and negative, and just charge them each one at a single time. You know, one at a time. So, but yeah, I can shut the negative on and off and the positive on and off, and that way I can, you know, keep everything separate. So, good to go there. Woohoo! One more project done. Before and it looked way